your hands, take a deep breath, bring your hands down sideways, exhaling, and open your eyes. Thank you all for participating in this meditation. Once again, a warm welcome to all the participants across the world. Saturday is a special day for our online English meditation group. We have a person with long experience in Vethathiri who will be expounding some important aspect of Vethathiri Maharishi's concepts, theory, and practice, which will be of great benefit to us, could even change our life. And today, we have my very good friend, Ravikumar Radhakrishnan, and he is going to talk on upgrade your human operating system. Now, he's got a very long association with Swamiji, Vethathiri Maharishi. Got an experience of more than 25 years, and he has done his master's course in Sky System from Vethathiri Maharishi himself. Professionally, he is a finance executive working in Foundation Finance Services, and he has worked in 7 different states in USA, and is keenly interested in spreading Vethathiri. Right now, he has been given the responsibility of coordinating with Sky Masters in different states of USA, coordinating with them, upgrading their skills. And Vethathiri Maharishi used to call these masters as world peace ambassadors. So he's doing a great work. So I will now hand over the mic to Ravikumar Radhakrishnan, and we're all looking forward to hearing him on upgrading human operating system. Over to you, sir.
Be blessed by the divine. Warm welcome and greetings to everyone from the different part of the country or different part of the time zones. And I thank you, our senior professor Balachandar, for giving me an opportunity, and other organizers. I see other senior professors, Arlandan and others joining today to bless this session. I'm going to start screen sharing. Give me one moment. Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Last week, you heard Professor Rajendran talking on secret of success. You can consider this presentation to be a sequel on personal growth, on how you can excel and realize your fullest potential as a human. There are a lot of beginners and amateurs as yoga practitioners and as just typical human beings who want to have this journey of continuous personal success and growth. Today, what I'm going to share you could bring you a personal transformation. I dedicate this to our Maharishi's birthday, the 113th birthday that's coming in 2 days. And I also dedicate this to my family who have given me unconditional support in serving Sky and the system. You will see today I will be giving comparisons with smartphone, because the moment you hear operating system, hardware, software, you will realize the best way is to have something that you can contrast. We spend 3-4 hours a day, more than anything, with our smartphone. And that has changed our life completely. If a smartphone, which is an inanimate object, can be so useful, can do so many things, think about humans, ourselves. We are living beings. And among all the living beings, we are the most evolved and sophisticated living being, and think what we can be capable of. And that is what you're going to see today. I want to start with a pop quiz. I assume everyone is using a smartphone. How many of you had updated your phone operating system? I assume you have Android 13, or if you are using iPhone, they call iOS. Just give me a wave of hand in the chat or in the Zoom. That way I would know how many of you updated your mobile operating system in the last 1 year. Okay, I already see some people showing hands here. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm pretty sure that like 80–90% of people who use smartphone have updated their operating system, which is good. Okay, before I ask my next question, I need to explain the topic of the day: human operating system. It's a new term. A lot of people wouldn't even realize that existed. That's why I'm here. Just like the mobile operating system, human operating system is the software that is able to administer or run your brains and bodies. It also represents as our core belief system that we use to guide how we want to live our life, the emotion we want to express, and the type of actions we want to do for ourselves, our family, or society. As you see here, it also shapes our interactions with the outer world. To give some more examples, this human operating system influences your decisions and choices in the life. So, for example, if you believe hard work is key for success, you will put more work or more, you study harder, you work harder to get step up in your life. This operating system affects your emotions and reactions. So if you are afraid of public speaking, the moment you open up a presentation in front of an office member or any audience, you get butterflies in your stomach. Your operating system also determines your goals and aspirations. If you have a strong desire to help others, you may choose a career in social service, or you want to become a doctor so that you can help humanity. So this is the whole human operating system, which is part of you. You didn't even realize, but that is running you every day. So now you know what is excuse me, I like to get the control back, if you don't mind. Give me one moment.
Sir?
Yeah. Let me get the control back.
Okay.
Sure. Apologies, just a technical glitch, but one moment. Okay, now you will be able to Someone is changing something. I don't know. Give me one moment. Give me like 1 minute. Something is glitchy happening in my computer. Give me one
Okay,
moment.
sir. Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Got it.
Mm.
Be blessed by the divine. Hopefully everyone is able to see my screen. Apologies for the glitch.
No problem, sir.
Okay. So now I'm going to prompt this question. Now you got to know something about human operating system. I'm going to pop the same question. I'm going to pop the same question to you. How many of you have updated your human operating system in the last 1 year?
You can write in the chat box, dear friends. Ma'am, just write in the chat box.
Okay. I can see maybe one or two, right? When I asked the question about how many of you updated your mobile operating system, pretty much everyone had raised your hands. But for this question of how many of you updated or upgraded your human operating system, we only see one or two. Now, naturally, I'm going to ask, right? We know our human body, we are far more important than a smartphone. And In the past, I don't know, maybe like 15 years, Android or Apple have probably updated their operating system 10, 15 times, right? Now, what I want to tell you is if you don't update your operating system just on the phone or even on ourselves, there are going to be some consequences. And first of all, if for a long time, if you don't update your operating system, the phone or, excuse me, the smartphone typically gets unstable. Even the hardware itself will start to degrade. The performance gets deteriorating. And you see some apps drain your battery and you need to charge more often. At the end of the day, the smartphone, if you don't upgrade or update, you are going to not use it to the fullest capability. So you see, there are some adverse consequences if you don't upgrade your operating system. Now, if that is the case with a smartphone, think about humans. We are probably the most sophisticated product this planet ever have, and we need the best-in-class operating system to function. And I will tell you what is going to be happening if you don't upgrade your human operating system. Today, if you think about different features, different components, this is what is going to be the analysis. If you will identify yourself mostly at the body level, and you wouldn't go beyond that. The state of functioning is also typically limited by your 5 sensory organs. You try to see things just on the taste, smell, the touch, and things like that. And the way you derive happiness is unfortunately defined by how much wealth you are accumulating for your own self. And even the education that you have mostly is coming from the WhatsApp or the academic knowledge that you would have obtained through going through the college and universities. We always want to have a moral compass on the direction of our life. And unfortunately, in the outdated operating system, we will be using the materialistic level of calibration as our compass of how more wealth I can get as a measure of your success. And whenever we struggle, our mindset is going to be, God, there's no one is helping me, no one is rescuing me, and you have a pessimistic mindset. And on how you get the power, because we are humans, we need food. Most of the time, you resort to eating what we call rajasic or tamasic. Tamasic is more about fatty, oily substance, or rajasic is about like it's a junk food, the tobacco, the meat, the pizzas, all you eat. They give you energy, but it doesn't give nourishment. And in terms of energy setting on how you are expending, I'm going to call it perceived peak performance, because you think you are doing a lot, but you're going to get exhausted very soon and depleting the energy. End of the day, your potential is limited as finite. You think you can succeed by making others fail, or you can accumulate wealth by getting from someone. So hence it's a zero sum. Either you get plus, you get minus. But that is not how we want to see our life. This will obviously result in you not leading a life of purpose, not having the meaning. And unfortunately, it's a downward spiral. So the question is, who are you? What are you? If I ask the question, tell me about your smartphone, people gives a lot of specifications about this is Samsung Galaxy Tab 20, 6-inch screen, 1 GB RAM, or this can have a camera quality of so many pixels, and they go on and they talk about the manufacturer, the cost, and all the things. But when we ask people who they are, we simply get, oh, I am Subbu, or I am Robert, I'm an IT engineer, I work in a bank. That is how they define by a name on what they work, right? But the question is even more deeper. You are part of this cosmic consciousness. You represent a fraction of the infinity, which is something you might have heard before, but you have to realize that you're not just body or mind, you are far larger than what you think you are. It also means you will have the same qualities of the source that you came from. Think about a slice of apple. A slice of apple will have the same properties as the apple that you cut from. It's going to be sweet, crunchy, crispy, the apple slice. Same thing goes with if you have a child, the child will have same traits, same personalities of their parents. So if that is the case, we all know we are all children of the divine state. We are all expressions of God. We all came and evolved over millions or billions of years from the Almighty. Friends, you are nothing but you are God in action. God is not going to take a form or shape, but God has taken a shape in the form of yourself. You need to realize that you are a functioning divinity in the human form, having spiritual experience. People ask me, Ravi, well, I can understand the qualities of God, but I am such an infinite small fraction of this infinity. I am nobody. I really don't have that much power, or I don't have that much control. All I tell is the simple math. We know the number infinity, the concept infinity. Everyone probably have done high school mathematics. What is infinity divided by 2? Actually, when you divide infinity by 2, the answer is infinity. Now let's take a big number. Let's divide infinity by 1,000. Okay, the answer is, even if you divide infinity by 1,000, it is still 1,000. And let's go for a very large number. Let's divide infinity by 8 billion. That is the number of humans living on this planet. Guess what? When you divide infinity by 8 billion, the answer is infinity. What it means is each and every one of you here on this planet are nothing but representing infinity in you. You need to accept it. You need to realize it. Then comes wonders. Then comes miracles from you. Now you can ask, okay, I think I'm getting the concept, Ravi. How shall I upgrade my human operating system? That is something we call, you need a paradigm shift in mindset. A paradigm shift is a major change in the world view, on how you see the world through your eyes, through your lens of the mental frame. Think about the concept of work from home. 3 years ago or 4 years ago, people will think, wow, work from home? You cannot work and be at home. When COVID came, now work from home has become almost a new norm in the society. It is a paradigm shift on how the companies, how people think they can still contribute, get their salaries, and still spend time with their families, right? It is one example of paradigm shift. And that is something that we need to upgrade your human operating system. I'm going to show you a picture of an old lady with the sagging skin, with big eyes. Maybe you can think of your old mother-in-law. Okay, if you see, she has maybe a big smile, I guess, big eyes, and then you could also see the saggy skin. Okay, now you see the old lady. Now close your eyes for 5 seconds. Now think of your wife when you are about to marry her, or think about maybe your daughter who is going to be married, and think that you are going to view them from the back side of their head. Now open your eyes. See that your wife or your daughter that who is about to be married is turning the other way. She has the ears, the little nose. She's wearing a black colored band on the neck. You see what happened? Same picture. I told you that it was a picture of an old lady. You saw the old lady in that picture. Now I told to rewire your brain and change your mental perspective, and wanted to see the picture as if you are looking at a young lady with beautiful long hair and the nose and the neck band. And this is what is important. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. That is very powerful perspective on how you can introduce a paradigm shift in upgrading your human operating system. There is a story of elephant and the rope. You may have seen when you go to temples or in other places, these humongous elephants, which are so powerful, are tied by some rope or maybe a small chain. You would imagine, God, this is unsafe. If the elephant gets mad, it can easily pull it out and run away and cause harm to others. It doesn't happen. You know why? When the elephants are born, the trainers put them on a metal chain. They are shackled to the other rocks or pillars. So this young baby elephant spends a lot of time in pulling and trying to escape when it was little, up until 5-10 years. It then gives up. It thinks it is done with the fighting with the metal chain, and it is not strong enough to pull the chain apart. And then when it becomes an adult, it never attempts to pull the metal chain from the pillar or wherever it is tied. That is the power of self-limiting belief. If you think you are powerless, you are nobody, you are insignificant, you are not worthy enough to receive the divine's love, or you are limiting your potential to a finite capability, guess what? You're right. Even if you grow as an adult and become a father or become a grandmom or become an executive or become a leader in the society, that self-limiting belief of you will hold you down. Your potential is always controlled, and it's always a fraction of what you are capable of. The original outdated mindset needs to be broken. You need to unlock your full potential. You can go from zero to superhero. All you need to have is a paradigm shift in the mindset that you are part of the cosmic consciousness. You are part of infinity. You are actually God in action. Now, you know this. Let's go back to the analysis we did on how you think when you have your old operating system. We went over all of the 7 or 8 things. Now, with the new paradigm shift you experienced, let's see your new features. You will no more identify yourself as just Ravi or Robert or Ragman with the body. You will know that you are body, mind, soul, and you are also a part of divinity. Your functioning mind level is at a higher consciousness. It's like having a Wi-Fi and a cloud in your phone. It always have the 5G signal so that the cosmic consciousness can guide you, can have you in the constant state of awareness whenever you perform any duty. You will change your understanding of the happiness. You make others happy, you serve others, and automatically, when you see others are happy, you become happy. The education that you derive is going to be coming through what we call Brahmanyana, the science of divinity, the wisdom, because that is the root of all the education that you could ever get in this world. Your GPS in leading your life is driven by noble values. And whenever you are going to struggle, which you will, I tell you that, you will believe that you channel the energy from the cosmos, the consciousness, and you will find guidance through invisible force. The power source, you need fuel to run your life, run the batteries. You will start choosing the right food, more of sattvic food, and you get energy from meditation, from the love, from the other forces of nature. And the energy setting that you see in mobile phone, they have peak performance and they call energy saver. The moment you adopt the moderation, the moment you adopt limit and method, you will see your biomagnetism is saved and it's recycled. You are able to have a long-lasting life. All of this will result in a potential where you see yourself as an infinite self. You see there's abundance always around you, and you will always see it's net positive. You help others, you help people succeed, you succeed. It is not that you need to steal something from others. It is not that you need to take away something from others for you to get step up. All can grow together as a society, as a humanity. And that is how you see. An example would be your smartphone with a new operating system with the same hardware will make your camera look better. The pictures come with a better quality. Some of the apps will function efficiently with no glitches. You can do multitasking because you updated to your new operating system. Everything looks more powerful, more efficient, more smoother. And that is what you will experience, friends, when you upgrade your human operating system with the understanding that you are part of Almighty, that you are you are God in action. And that is very important for this. There are always cases where you want to convert this theoretical knowledge that I told you about experiencing paradigm shift into making that practical. Just a few moments ago, when my computer was working or functioning funny, it was not under my control. My mouse was not working. I was thinking it was rebooting. Even though I was fully prepared, a new problem came. In America, we say there are two things that are 100% certain in life. One is death. No one can escape death. The other one is tax. Every American has to pay tax in their life. Now I'm going to add a third one, which is pain or a problem is something that no one in this world can escape from. So you need to expect and anticipate a new problem or a new mental pain every day. If you think, oh, I'm going to lead a life, there is no problem, well, there you go. You are now creating a new problem because you're thinking your life is going to be having zero problem. I am going to give other example. We are all born with sin imprints, because if we had no sin imprints or no karma, we would not have born. We would have achieved perfection in our prayer life in through whatever form. But we are given a chance by the divinity to neutralize all the sin imprints. That is why we are always presented with pain and problem by the nature. The nature is telling you, hey Ravi, hey Robert, I want you to complete your journey of spiritual growth and have you achieve perfection, achieve self-realization. And the only way I can do is I have to give some test, right? Even to get your SLC or your 12th exam cleared or your bachelor's degree, you need to go and have a board examination. Then only you can say, I am an engineer or a physician or a lawyer or an accountant or whatnot. And that is in academics. This is real life. This is universe. This is nature. Nature is not going to give you a free grade. Nature is always going to have you have a higher standard of test, and you need to pass the test to help succeed. And guess what? The nature will always help you to succeed in the test ultimately. One example I want to give you is, you would not have seen a bird that has died because it is not able to get its food. Think, whether it's India or America, have you seen a bird that has died out of hunger and has fallen from the skies to the ground? I bet you would not have seen a bird that have died of hunger, because the nature, the providence, the moment the bird was born from the eggshell, it has had a way to give food. But the bird, when it wakes up in the morning, wouldn't know where the food is going to come from, whether it's going to come from the neighbor's backyard vada or donut that he's going to eat, or it's going to go to a forest and get some worms or insects as a food, or it may go to a neighboring garden and eat a fruit. It doesn't know. It is always going to attempt. It is always going to try. Similarly, the God, when it's testing the humans, we tend to say, oh God, you have closed a door for me, and hopefully you will open a new door for me to succeed. That is not true. One of our senior professors told me, Ravi, Maharishi used to say, nature is even more kind. Whenever you have a problem or a pain in your life, nature actually, or the consciousness actually opens the new door first before closing the existing door. It's such a powerful, prolific saying or a statement that the divine always opens up new doors before it even closes the current door. We need to know how to open our eyes and where to look at. Let me give an example of the 5 A's that you can use: awareness, acceptance, action, adherence, and appreciation. If we follow the 5 A's in a sequential order, that is a formula for you to solve any problem. Let's take a mental problem. Let's say you lost your job or your occupation. Awareness. You need to know the severity of losing a job. That means you don't get money or you cannot get food to the table because you need money. So it's very important that job loss is seen as a big problem for you. Now you need to accept, rather than blaming, oh God, why someone should fire me from my job? What did I do? I'm a well-qualified person. No, you could be well qualified, but I told you the divine is giving a test so that you can overcome the test and eventually reach and culminate the path of spiritual journey by knowing that you have some karma that you need to overcome over time. And you need to not fight it. You need to actually surrender yourself to the Supreme and telling divine, I am going to be an instrument in hands of the God. I am going to be a channel, a medium. Why don't you give me the energy to withstand this problem of job loss? Then you need to jump into action. You cannot just sit idle and say, I am going to get a new job. Things that you should do is work out a plan and start creating this task of what you need to accomplish day by day, who you should talk to, how you can get support, how you can apply for a new job in different places. I can tell you, I had this more than once or more than twice. The last time I had lost a job, it took 15 months for me to find another job. It was a mental problem, a significant mental problem. I adopted this awareness, acceptance, and action, and adherence, and appreciation. I did meditation, and I go to Turiyatita. Hopefully you have learned Turiyatita, one of the best meditation that saints and Maharishi has given to us. When you go to the absolute phase, the Turiyatita, the static field, you can connect and merge with consciousness, and that is your Wi-Fi connection. It is your chat GPT. You know chat GPT, that you ask any question, it comes with a response. Same thing. If you have a question or a problem, you go to Turyatita, I guarantee that very soon you will get some results because your frequency is tuned to the lowest level and the universe wants to help you. The Almighty wants to help you because you are the child of Almighty. Or let's say you have asthma or your child has an asthma, same thing. Recognize the impact of the asthma as a problem, accept it is something that you can cure over time, and it is a karma that you need to expunge. You take action. You do the physical exercises, breathing exercises. You do Kayakalpa. You can boost the biomagnetism so that with some medicine, you can overcome asthma. Then comes adherence. Just doing the action is not going to cut it. You need to stick to the plan. You need to be committed in putting more effort in solving the job loss. In my case, I spoke to 225 people through phone, through meetings to find new opportunities for my new job. It was hard. It was my tenacity that led me to find a job as an executive in this company that I am in. And I'm so grateful that Divine had presented me this new job that is way better than everything I had before. So it's all about doing some introspection and self-examination of what corrections you can make, how you can dynamically change your plan week after week, month after month, so that your problem can be solved, or the pain can be alleviated. They say there is no shortcut to success. If someone is telling you there's a shortcut, they are lying. You have to actually cut short your ego for success. I repeat, there is no shortcut to success. You have to cut short your ego to succeed. Similarly, when you have any mental problem or physical challenge, try to reduce your ego. Let the divine flow within you. Take the action and expect appropriate results and consequence. Adhere to your plan. And most importantly, you need to be thankful. You need to be in the state of gratitude all the time, thanking the people who helped you, thanking the divine that helped you, because that is how you reciprocate. If you just don't do that, you are selfish, and that is not appropriate. You can go from impossible to I am possible. If you look at the word impossible, all you need to do is try to put an apostrophe I, apostrophe M, possible. With God, impossible becomes I am possible. It's a good illustration. The burden that you are carrying as a problem is not going to become small because now you learned how to do introspection, or you know how to do Kayakalpa, how you know to do Turyatita meditation or advanced meditation. All I can tell you is the heaviness of the burden or your problem will be always the same, except that when you are mentally weak or physically weak, you struggle to carry that burden. The moment you become strong through meditation, spiritual practice, understanding of the philosophy of how universe works, guess what? You become like that adult lady who is easily carrying that luggage or that suitcase, whereas the small child is struggling to lift it up. I remember my dad, when I was young, when he prays to the God, he would actually say, "Oh God, give my son more problems, or give my son more challenge in life." But he will also pray, help him to find ways that he can come out of the problem, or to have him learn how to face the problem. When I was young, I did not maybe understand the gravity or the essence of his prayer. As I become a Vethathirian and learned all of that, I can say he had a wisdom to tell the God or pray for me in that way. It's true, because you can never ask the God, don't give me problem. It is unlikely. All you can pray is, a divine, give me the power or give me the capability or the resources to face the problem. That is a better method than expecting that you can lead a no problem life. I chose very good visuals for this reason. Affirmation and visualization are powerful tools for self-transformation. Few slides ago, I told you the story of elephant and the rope, or the self-limiting belief. You need to do the opposite of it. You have to understand the law of universe, which is law of attraction. Whatever you think and visualize, the energy, the feeling you put in the universe is going to be reflected back with 10 times more power. If you think and close your eyes that I want to be a successful person, I want to become a loving son and a happy husband or a great father, or you want to be a successful employee, you need to have a visualization affirmation that you recite many times in a day, and you need to have that level of faith in you. There was a story where a village was not having rain. They had drought. For 2 years, they didn't get an inch of rain. There was a saint who told the people, you need to have a prayer. All the 200 people should go under a banyan tree and pray for 2 hours for the universe to have the rain come. So the 200 people went. They were supposed to do a meditation. They're supposed to do chanting of mantras. They wanted the rain very badly because the farmers were struggling, the crops are dying, people need water, and the lakes need to be filled. Out of the 200 people, there was only one person carried umbrella. I repeat, only one out of the 200 who were going to do the prayer and the chanting under the banyan tree for the village to receive rain from the nature had an umbrella. The remaining 199 people were just having a belief. Oh, I'm going to make a prayer. I'm going to have an affirmation. The nature is going to send the rain from the sky. Only one person who took the umbrella had that undeniable faith in the nature and was ready that after the end of the session of the meditation or the prayer, he expected rain and he doesn't want to get wet. I want every one of you who wants to have a paradigm shift, who wants to unlock the limitless potential by upgrading your operating system, to have faith in you, have the faith in the Almighty. When you do affirmation, or when you even do what we call divine protection or auto-suggestion in our meditation, we say something like, by the grace of divine power, I will enjoy good health, long life, prosperity, wisdom, and peace. Many times I see my students who come, they just murmur something in the lips. I tell them that is not how you do auto-suggestion. You need to close your eyes and your mental frequency to be attuned to the consciousness, and you should assume that the divinity, the universe, is passing this energy and you become one with the universe, and then say, by the grace of divine, you want the good health, long life, and prosperity. And you have to visualize all of that in your head. When you do that, it gets recorded in your subconscious mind. And when you do that in the deep meditation, it gets even recorded in the superconscious mind of the universe. And it's always going to work automatically over time. You will see your affirmation materializing into reality after 5, 10, 100, 1,000 times. It is not going to happen overnight. But the method of your affirmation and how you see yourself as a medium is the important factor. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can look at yourself as a lion, even though it is a kitten, because you are part of infinite power. You are part of the grace. You are part of something way greater than you. So when you do affirmation, when you do visualization every day, every night before you go to bed, have that within you. You can either go in front of mirror, or whether you can write a statement. I call it personal mission statement. I have 5 things, 10 things that I want to accomplish in my life. I read it every day, every night, and try to energize myself so that my subconscious mind is charged when I go to the bed. Because universe is super powerful, and you will be an instrument in the hands of the God to have your dreams come true. As I told before, you will be tested. You will be tried. You will go through the agonies of problems and pains in the life. Even some of the saints who have performed noble tapas or noble meditations for years were not able to escape, because the law of universe says your karma, your imprints needs to be dissolved. And for you to reach the last point of your spiritual journey, you need to go through all the ups and downs, all the traumas in the life, expect problems all the day. But guess what? You will become a shiny diamond. You could see yourself as a rustic coal or a useless carbon, but over many, many years, nature, under pressure, under the right circumstances, can convert the carbon in the coal into a shiny, brilliant diamond, because it was going through tests, pressure, struggles, all the hardships that you are facing today. If you endure it successfully by the formula that I was sharing with you, you will glow. Your true self will be seen as an infinite self. It's like we tend to compare ourselves with others and say, oh, his life is better than mine. Why the God or the divine is giving me more problem than him? You have no idea what the other person is enduring from your 2 eyes that you are able to observe for 5 minutes. The person's problem could be 10 times difficult than you, or the person had such a terrible past, you have no idea what he or she had gone through. Or even otherwise, you don't need to compare. It's like someone could get a test paper, exam paper, with a lot of easy questions. They may get everything right. Now, you may get a very difficult algebra question paper of high school or a calculus or whatever test in college. You don't need to get 100%. Even if you get 50% in a hard test, a difficult test, that makes you a better student than you getting a easy test and you securing 100% in that simple test. Same thing in a life. If you start comparing you with others as, oh, why his life is easier, or he seems to be having less struggle, you are wrong. You don't know what type of test paper they were getting and how they're successfully writing the test. All you can do is you can control your own destiny and you can influence your surroundings, your circumstances by the things I told you. In summary, 4 things that I want you to take away with this discussion is this. Have this indisputable realization that you are part of the consciousness, the infinity, which means you have all the qualities of the divine nature in you. Number 2, meditate consistently and merge your mind and soul to a deeper state of consciousness. 3rd, serve others to bring them joy. You will have more success in your life. And the last one, try to reduce the needs and wants and likes you have, which are source of many problems. And when you do introspection and self-examination, you can achieve that. So these 4 things are so important for your personal transformation. This leads to this slide that I want to highlight today. The consciousness that you have, celebrate it. Humans are the pinnacle of all the living beings in the entire universe. There is no better species, there is no better object in the entire universe than our human nature, our human being. We need to be celebrating our life with happiness and peace and fulfillment. You are actually entitled to live a happy, joyous life. If you are not, that means you are not having the right toolkit. You are not using the right formula that you need to apply to lead a joyous life. If you are born as in a family, or you're born as a person who did not have education, who did not have the wealth, who did not have the understanding of the divinity, because your family was not educating you, that is excused. But when you are becoming an adult, or when you're becoming a parent, or when you're becoming a grandparent, it's no excuse that you still have to lead a life of ignorance or illusion. Sky Yoga can impart you this wisdom of consciousness, wisdom about how to have harmonious relationship with people, how to eradicate worry and anger within you, how you can build better physical body. I welcome you to your infinite self. Call it you 2.0. In summary, this human operating system, that the comparison I was making, is what you can learn at the last slide of this presentation. You need to have a good hardware. So what do? You do the simplified physical exercises, just 30 minutes a day. You need to have an improved battery life. What do? You do Kayakalpa to improve the quality of your vital fluid and age gracefully by doing Kayakalpa yoga. You need to do introspection to achieve clarity in your life, so that the anger management, the desire rationalization is taken care, so that all the apps in your phone are stable. So you need to make sure you check it every time that they're all functioning well. Leading a harmonious life with the people around you, in family, in society, is only done when you interact with them and you realize they're also part of nature, part of the universe. They're also part of divine state as you are. And that will make sure you work with your app, can work with other apps in the mobile phone without glitches. And then meditate regularly. When you have that Wi-Fi connection at 5G speed with the cloud as your connection, you have constant self-awareness. You won't make mistakes because now the cloud is controlling your behavior, your physical nature, your mental emotions. So always have the 5 connections. Thank you so much, my dear friends, for listening to my discussion or presentation on how you can upgrade your human operating system so that you can unlock the limitless potential in you. And I take a pause now to ask, or to actually have you ask questions on this topic. Be blessed by the divine. Back to Master Bharati.
Thank you so much, Professor Ravi Radhakrishnan. It was indeed an excellent lecture, and that is, we spend much time in upgrading our mobile, but not so in ourselves, with ourselves. And you have just explained that is what will happen when not upgraded. But we need to celebrate consciousness. You are rightly said. Then how to celebrate our consciousness? We are nothing but God in action. That is, we are just a part of the infinity, and we have to upgrade through. That is, we need to change our outlook. That is our attitude. This will help us in changing that's upgrading us, and we will also start identifying ourselves with divinity once we start changing our attitude. And you rightly said about Duryadit, that is when we just come to that delta stage, how we just merge with the consciousness, total consciousness, and the fraction demands and total disapplies, how we get whatever we need. And so you just put in tabular column, and so you're told this 5 A's as the practical solutions: awareness, acceptance, action, adherence, and appreciation. And finally, you just compared ourselves with the mobile phone, which we are so fond of, and explained very well the features. Thank you so much, sir. Be blessed by the divine. My dear friends, you have any questions? You can just, yes, Arulanandam sir is there. Sir.